Good evening, everybody, or good morning, wherever you're watching from. We are back. Well, Ødfel and I are back in Westeros, right? Yeah,
Yes.
big place. How are you doing, Ødfel?
Doing pretty good. Excited to talk about new show.
Yeah, me too. It's been a while. Well, I mean, Game of Thrones ended in 2019. It's crazy to think about that. 7 years ago. And we've had House of the Dragon in between to keep people fed. And now we have a new show based on the short stories, The Hedge Knight. And there was also a graphic novel adaptation that I reviewed. Oh my gosh, this was years ago. I think it was a magazine still. And here we are, years later, with the TV show adaptation. I believe it's only going to be 6 episodes. You're already bored, Ryan? How are you already bored? Just start. Oh, there wasn't. My daughter was asking why they're showing so much action in the preview of what's to come, and I actually said probably because there wasn't a lot of action in that first episode, and they want to hook people.
It's only going to be 6, though. That feels really short.
That's what I've heard.
Huh.
I will have to double. But if you all know, let me know in the comments down below. How is Ødfel doing, though? How are you doing?
Good. Tired, but good. I've been in the process of moving, so you guys are in yet another room of my house as I slowly get spots together that look okay to film in front
of. Okay, let me look here. So apparently there's, yeah, it looks like 6 episodes is what they have here, but that's it. I don't know if there'll be a second season or not. Can't imagine. Evening, yes, 6 episodes. Thank you so. Hey, dude, have you been? I haven't seen you in a while. It's adapted from the novella, so the 6 episodes makes sense. Was this HBO's answers to Jackass or something? I was hoping the trailer was misleading, but this wasn't what I've been waiting 3 years for, or whatever. Read the graphic novels instead. Those are great. I did enjoy the graphic novels, and this has a different tone, which we'll talk about here in a second. First, I wanted to know, how much of Game of Thrones have you watched? Were you a big avid watcher, or were you just like, missed the boat? I heard about the ending, don't want to watch it. And have you seen House of the Dragon? Where are you?
I was an avid watcher of the original show. I kind of fell off interest like everyone by the last season, but I mean, I cosplayed Sansa for years. That was like one of my go-to shows. I adored it. Didn't get into House of the Dragon. I'm just not a Targaryen person, so when it came out, I just never picked it up. I've heard it's good. But this one so far has been pretty good.
Okay. And yeah, 6 episodes, really short. Yeah.
Compared to what, like 7 or 8 seasons of the original? Like, oh my God.
7 seasons, but those were book adaptations too.
True.
And then they surpassed the books. Oh, they went past the books, and people were worried for a while that they were just going to be bad fanfics. And, for a while they weren't. They were great fanfics. And there were things that were happening that I thought, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And we know that, George R.R. Martin told the producers how it was going to end, but not the journey there. And I think just recently he just stated that, oh, this is going to end a lot different than the show was going to, or the show ended, which I don't know if that's his way of like, please read my book when it comes out. But I don't know why he would even do that. I don't even know why he needs to finish it, honestly. It's been renewed for season 2? What? Okay, it's a short story. How can they? I don't want the Hobbit treatment done to this series. There are 3 novellas, so there should be at least 3 seasons.
Okay, that makes more sense.
I read the first one, and I guess I missed the other 2. Those books will never get finished. I have a feeling it will finish the way that Wheel of Time finished, which means Brando Sando is going to finish those books instead of George R.R. Martin. Maybe he'll tell him how it's supposed to end, and then Brandon Sanderson's going to do it.
I could see that, because I mean, at this point, like, the pacing is so slow. And I'm like,
he's still like, what is he using? He's not even using like Microsoft Word or whatever people are using to write things. What is he using? It's like I think he's still using DOS or something like that. Nah, Sando's too brave. He said he doesn't want anyone else to finish his. Well, then he better get on it.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. Like,
Brando Sand, I love that we all call him Brando Sandals, said he would not be a good fit for the series. Well, I mean, until money's involved, and everybody's a good fit for the series.
I truly want to know how many things he's kind of changed in his mind now that he's seen how they would play out in the final seasons of Game of Thrones and how the public reacts to them
Yeah,
versus how many things have naturally changed as he's fleshed out the story, you know? Because I feel like that would be jarring if like someone badly adapts your final ideas and you're like, well, everyone hated that.
right. Oh, I know, and it was just so rushed. It would be like To Kill a
Yeah.
Mockingbird sequel. Oh, The Stranger in the Watchtower. What was it called? But that wasn't really a sequel. That was more of like the original idea. And then as soon as she died, the estate was like, "Hey, have at it." So all the things she wanted taken out of it were there. Yeah, it's such a weird book. And Sanderson wouldn't be the best fit. He's too squeaky clean. It didn't help. They rushed it. They did, man. Like how fast she turned. Like we waited years. Oh, anyway, it's not a review of that. I did. I was looking. I know it ended in 2019 because I looked at when we reviewed it, and it was the night that it premiered, the final episode, and how upset everyone was.
Yeah.
We have waited this long for book 6 as it took him to write 5. I have no hope of reading the new book anytime soon. That's why I have moved on to Dungeon Crawler Carl. I am re-listening to those audiobooks. Go Set a Watchman. Yeah, that's what it's called, brother. So really quick, this do you want to give the synopsis or do you want me to? It's a
Go
really
for it.
you want me to
Because
do
you've
it?
read the novella, so you have a little clearer image. Like I
Well,
came
and
into this blind.
it's the first episode, right? So in the first episode, we see Sir Dunk, as he calls himself. It's Duncan the Tall later on, but Sir Dunk, who's not a sir yet, he was a squire to a what was his name? Sir Arwen. He's burying him, right? Like he's burying him, and he's having memories of getting slapped. Arlen, Sir Arlen, that was his name. He's getting having flashbacks of getting smacked around for doing stupid things. And I really like that. I really like that beginning where he's burying him. It's almost like a father figure. And then he's kind of left in this world to himself. But we get one of the most weirdest transitions into what type of show you're about to watch when the theme song, the opening theme song. Oh, here, I'm going to actually put. So spoilers moving forward, by the way. Not that this is a big spoiler, but the opening theme to the Game of Thrones original series starts kicking on. And you're like, whoa, are they going to use the original theme? And then you see him taking a crap behind the tree, but in a graphic way.
It was so jarring. I was like, before the title crawl?
Yeah. Well, it was like, here's where we think people are going to think we're going, but nope, this is the way we're really going with the show. So at first I was like, what the hell are we doing? Okay, that's weird. It's not like, that's not definitely not the tone of the story I remember. So then later on, he ends up going on his own journey. This is the first time he's ever been left alone. He wants to be a knight to fight. So he ends up going into this little town where he gets to meet some very interesting characters. One of them is this young boy who is completely adorable. I don't know who this actor is, who is playing Egg, but he is adorable. Anyway, he meets Egg, and Egg is like on his horse, and he thinks he's trying to steal from him. And then he ends up that night in what is his name? Sir Lionel? Is that his name? Sir Lionel?
Sir Lionel. Yes, I love him.
Yeah, that's definitely the guy that I could see you like.
I love him.
Okay. He's a Baratheon, isn't he?
Yeah. I was expecting to be very scared of this person because like all the Baratheons in Game of Thrones are like scary.
Well, you know, some of them are cool. Like Robert was cool. He was just a drunkard, right? But his brother Stannis was freaking hell bent on getting that throne because rightly it belonged to him, just like it belonged to everybody. But no, this dude kind of reminded me a little bit of what is his name? Was it the Crimson Viper? It was Pablo.
Pedro Pascal's character.
Pedro Pascal's character. Yeah, it kind of reminded
me of that character.
Yeah.
Very
So
similar energy, very like scary in that way where like I feel like if he was angry, he'd still be laughing and you'd have no idea. Like I'm very excited to see more of him.
I think he'll be a big part of this. And he's even got, the elk like crown on his head. Anyway, he gets it like he's immediately partying with this guy, and they're having a heart-to-heart drunken moment. They're dancing together, and it just seems like I don't know, it's a different type of show. It feels like I don't want to use the word whimsical, nor do I want to use the word goofy, because at moments it does take itself serious, and then sometimes it's just I don't know. What did you think?
It feels like, so at least to me, like we're so used to the heavy like political intrigue and murder and death that clouds Westeros, and this really feels like we're getting to see like a Westeros folktale for the first time. Because like this man is always mentioned in passing in like Game of Thrones and stuff, but now we're actually seeing his story, and it has that like slight whimsy and sense of hope underdog story that I feel like makes it feel more like a folklore than like the usual the game. We're not seeing the game in the show, you know what I mean? Like I'm sure there'll be violence, especially with this being a Knights tourney, but it doesn't feel quite as like hopeless or backstabby so far. Like, yeah, he met that scary knight, but then that scary knight's brother was like, "Hey man, come get some food." And then the Baratheons are like, "We don't know who you are." And he's like, "I'm just here for food." And they're like, "Sick, let's party." Like they keep setting up these moments that I feel like if this was in Game of Thrones, would be moments where like the game is played and someone gets really like shafted over something, and then proving us wrong by it like working out okay. And I feel like it's setting this tone of like this is a different kind of story. Not everyone is into that like political backstabbery, I guess. It's like that kind of tone set.
Yeah, because we've already had that, right? And we're
Yeah.
still having that in House of the Dragon, which I cannot wait for. Um, but I really like the humor in this. Like I didn't expect to find comedy in this show, because everything that we've seen from Game of Thrones or the world of A Song of Ice and Fire has been so dramatic, with
Yes.
tones of comedy from time to time. You always have a comical type of character like Tyrion Lannister. Even though he was comical at times, he was a very serious character and had some of the best lines in Game of Thrones. But in this, it seems like the tone of the show is going to be a little not even campy, and I kind of like that.
Yeah.
I like that this is what we're getting, because it's different. And what else I liked was the like the actual landscapes they're using. I forgot why I loved Game of Thrones so much, and shows like this always remind me, is because of the set pieces and the practical effects they would use, with the exception of course, the dragons. But they build beautiful set pieces for Game of Thrones, and it feels like the town was built for this show. Right, it's not like a Renaissance fair type of town that they're just happen to be filming in. Like it legit looks like they spent some money on it, and yeah, I enjoyed it. It's a very quick episode. He gets drunk, and then he wants to be in the tournament, and then at the end he kind of takes Egg as his squire. So I did see the making of featurette, and there were a lot of points that they were making at the very beginning about kind of showing you what kind of man he is, where at the very beginning he's burying his father figure, Sir Arlen, and he's like, I don't know the words to say. So he's kind of lost in this world, and he's just happens to be very tall. There was something here I wanted to see. Is it confirmed that Dunk is an ancestor of Brienne of Tarth? I don't think so. I don't think that was maybe. Go ahead.
According to the wiki, it is, because I scrolled through his wiki after this because I was like, Sir Dunk sounds familiar. And especially when he said Sir Dunk in the Tall, so then I scrolled through the wiki and I'm like, oh, he is that guy. Okay. And the wiki said he's an ancestor of Bran, but I don't know, like, it's a fandom wiki. I don't know how accurate that is. Sometimes there is some funky stuff in those, but.
Well, what we do know of the show is the timeline, because that's something I always get curious about. So the Night of the Seven Kingdoms is set about 89 years before the beginning of the Game of Thrones season 1. and 77 years after the season 2 of House of the Dragon. So it serves like a middle ground place. So some of these characters could be related to the characters we saw in Game of Thrones later on. Like I want to say one of them is related to, oh my gosh, who's the old blind guy at the wall? He was supposed to be the next heir to be the king, but instead he gave it. Is it Targaryen? He was a Targaryen, I think.
He is.
So we did see. We saw some glimpses in the. I don't know if you got. Did you watch the coming this season?
I did.
Thank you. We got to see some. That dude's armor is so badass. The dragon
It's
armor.
so cool.
I know the dude's a douchebag. I mean, they gotta have douchebaggy characters, right? But that dude's armor has to be the most pimpest armor in Game of Thrones. Like the mask itself is so awesome.
It does, and also like to go back on the folklore aspect, like they've already set up the story in a way that feels like it's a fairy tale, right? Because like we get this moment where he goes into the entertainment tent and he sees the story about like the man hiding behind his mirror shield to fight the dragon.
Mm-hmm.
And how the dragon like sees the reflection of itself and doesn't realize it's a man.
Yes.
And then in the previews, we see the Targaryen in this sick dragon armor, and I'm like, okay, so there's the metaphor immediately going to be used.
Wow, look at you catching that. Damn, okay.
But it's not like
I didn't put two and two together.
I like the armor looks just like the fake dragon that they used on the thing. It's like the black with the purple. So I was like, oh. So like those kind of things I think add to like this whimsical aspect of it where it feels like it's directly like gonna be like a hero cycle story, and I'm here for it.
Okay. So I've talked a lot. What did you think of the first episode? Because it does kind of end with, okay, I'll take you on as my squire, and now you have Duncan Egg, or Sir Duncan the Tall and Egg.
I liked it. The tone was kind of jarring at first, and I find Duncan kind of abrasive. Not in a way where like he's awful, but in a way where like his awkwardness is kind of hard to watch at times because you're just like, why are you trying to do this thing so clearly out of your league right now? Like you know you're gonna see him set himself up for failure. But like that is something where it's very clear that that's going to be the point of the story is like his character growth. So I'm fine with him being abrasive at first. And the supporting characters we've gotten introduced to are all really interesting. So like the family with the apple motif, very interesting. Can't wait to see more. The previews with the prince, the Baratheons, Egg. Like I think we've got a really good supporting cast to let Duncan grow, and I'm excited to see where it goes.
So for me, it's hard not to compare it to the massive hit that was Game of Thrones. I remember watching that when it premiered on Sunday night, episode 1, and I was blown away by the mystery of who these White Walkers were and just how much money they spent, like I said, on sets.
Yeah.
And I remember there was a time I would pray that every year it would get renewed for another season, because HBO had this thing where they had to wait until like episode 7 or 8 to see if it was a hit. So you didn't know it was renewed. And every year up until I think season 3, by the ending of season 3, they were like, okay, we're going to renew it 2 more seasons, 4 and 5 are renewed at the same time. And I was like, okay, this show is going to be fine. Because I had read the books after season 1, and a friend of mine had been recommending them for years. And I remember getting to the Red Wedding in the books, and I thought, man, if they're able to get this on film, this is gonna just like wreck everybody that's watching it that night. And it did. And that was so cool how it just, and I was so happy that it caught on, right? It became super popular. I'm never a hipster about like, ooh, this is so cool, and it's only me that likes it. I love sharing the joy of good stories with people. The thing that worked with Game of Thrones wasn't necessarily the big sets or the dragons, but it was really the dialogue that worked, right? Because you can, although the actual like outfits that they wore look really good too, and in this, but it was all about the characters and dialogue, and this seems like a smaller scale, right? compared to, again, Game of Thrones was so big, like all the characters are thrown at you in the first episode, not just the Starks, the Baratheons, and then you have these other naked dragon lady with these other barbarian dude. Like, who the hell are all these characters? How are they going to come together? This is more like tiny little group of characters. Like, we don't really cut away to another part of Westeros. It was really cool.
It's really, yeah, I almost kept expecting it to like shift focus on another character at any given point, and I had to keep reminding myself, oh no, this is just Duncan's story. This isn't. Yeah. It's not going to pan away to like some other B plot, actually.
But I thought it worked. I like the comedy. It's not like somebody said. Did somebody say jackass earlier? It's not like that. It's just not laugh out loud type of comedy. Just things that you're not used to seeing in Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're used to seeing at any moment like sex, right? Like you're used to seeing that, or just nudity, or over the top violence, not some dude shitting behind the tree. Like that took me by surprise.
Or it's just like a lot of the, again, like people aren't necessarily acting in ways you'd expect for like the Game of Thrones precedent, right? Like the one guy, when he went to apply for the knight tourney, and he's like, the punishment if you're like lying about being a knight is da-da-da-da-da-da. Like that's the response we all expected as Game of Thrones watchers. And he's like, I'm messing with you. It's actually just this. Go ahead, do this thing.
Yeah, that dude.
And we're like, what? And I think they're really trying to establish like it's not going to be like the other show, but I'm kind of intrigued to see how they follow through and like land that.
I am intrigued as well. And for me, the big takeaway stars of the show were both Sir Lionel and Egg. Those guys, and don't get me wrong, I like Sir Duncan the Tall. That is cool. I think he did fine, but I think anybody tall and stoic would have done fine. Mm-hmm. But the two other characters, those actors were great, man. Yeah. I like those guys. So with that being said, I like the music too. I dug the music.
Yeah.
What would you give episode 1 of A Night of the Seven Kingdoms?
Maybe like a 7.5. Like I feel like it wasn't a great, like it wasn't the best hook they could have given. I feel like that's why they gave us the teaser at the end. But I'm also not going to say it was bad because I'm very intrigued to watch the next episode.
I was going to give it a 7. I think 7.5 is I think that's fair because there was no hook at the end, right? It was more like, come with me. There's no secret. There's not like another, like it's not a pan over to what are these other people doing? Yeah. I like it. I like that it's like this. Yeah.
Do we know, are they filming this one in Northern Ireland like they did the other ones? Like, is that, because I know a lot of the landscapes from the previous one were.
Well, the previous ones, remember, they were the only show that were filming in like 4 different freaking continents. It was insane the amount of money that they spent on that show. I'm not sure, but the landscape is absolutely beautiful. Primal. Oh yeah, that came back. I haven't seen season 2 yet. I like season 1. I thought it was a good season. And I think it's I give it a 7. I think it's a good start now, and I want to watch more. And being only 6 episodes, it's not like I'm dedicating myself to a lot. And this was a short episode too. It was like 40 minutes long.
Yeah, I feel like it zoomed by. Like I was sitting there watching it, I'm like, oh, that's the title, or like that's the end credits already. Okay. And they were like an 8-minute end credit too, since they had the preview.
Yes, and it also had like the behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so now that we're done talking about that, there's one other thing we need to talk about tonight.
Yeah.
Oh shit, man! The little teaser trailer for Masters of the Universe came out. Wow. So I say wow. And I'm like, oh, maybe this might work. I don't know. I'm a huge fan of the Masters of the Universe from the 80s, the cartoon, and of course the movie with Dolph Lundgren. I think it worked. It was hokey and it worked, but not a lot of people can like it, right? But right here, like, oh my gosh, that's so cool that we have like not just our first little tease. So the trailer comes out tomorrow.
Yeah.
But right here, I knew that we had a He-Man, right? He'd been cast a while back. We've got our Man-at-Arms, and I think that's Idris Elba.
He looks phenomenal as Man of Arms, first of all.
Yo, for real. And, Jared Leto, oh my God, don't let this be cursed by Jared Leto, please. I know he's playing Skeletor, which is a weird choice, but what are you going to do? Tila, we have her here. And, of course, oh my gosh, Cringer. But the one that took me by surprise is Roboto. I didn't know that they were going to add Roboto on here. That's cool. That other shot of Rotan flying. Oh, yeah, I saw the Rotan flying to Castle Grayskull. That was awesome. Why do all these properties have to keep taking place in the real world?
That's my thing, is I was so hyped about this, and then when I saw it like partially takes place in the real world, I'm like, I need them to get Adam out of the modern real world so fast, because I care so much more about Eternia than I do about Earth right now. Like, let's go.
Oh, shoot, I forgot I had that up the whole time. Budgetary reasons is one of them, right? I don't know how much the budget is. I really thought, like, when Barbie made $1 billion at the box office, I have no idea why other toy companies were not like, okay, we got to make some movies. Let's make it like Barbie. Let's make it a little hokey. And I don't know if this movie will have that kind of feel or not. I really don't. Or if it will be the Masters of the Universe movie that we wanted back in the 80s. Because back in the 80s, of course, we wanted to see Eternia. We wanted to see shit. I would have been happy to see Orko, but he got replaced by Gwindor. Like, it's just, I think a lot of it had budgetary reasons why they decided to do it.
I need Orko in this movie. I need it. Like, they did such a good job on Fringer. He looks great, but like, show me Orko, please. Like, I need that.
Look, this is somebody after your own heart. The Revelations Revolution series are the best of that series ever.
Yes.
I liked it.
I grew up really liking the original She-Ra, then I liked the rebooted She-Ra, and I was like, okay, like, I want more, and now there's like a void after the DreamWorks one ended. So then when Revolution and Revelations came out, I like latched onto that, and then I've just been on like a Masters of the Universe spiral. Like, that one was such a good entry point too.
I think my all-time favorite, like, incarnation of the Masters of the Universe series was the early aughts that was cut short. I think it came out in 2000. It was amazing because we had like new Masters of the Universe back in the 80s, and we weren't ready for a reboot then. But by the time 1999, 2000 came out, like, we were ready. Like, the kids that grew up in the 80s were now adults, had jobs, graduating from college, and yeah, that 2002 series, man, that hit. I loved it. Unfortunately, it got canceled. But I watched She-Ra with my daughters. I think they're pulling that from Netflix, which is a damn shame. That's why we need physical media. And what was and then of course the new one, the Revelations, the one that Kevin Smith did. I thought that was solid too. It was just nice to have a He-Man cartoon in.
I have a hunch the Netflix thing is going to be like some weird Disney vaultification, because I feel like the only reason for them to take it off is just simply that it's a Netflix original that's been on there for so long. So I don't know if they're going to try and do this thing where they're like, oh, some of our Netflix only stuff, like, catch it while you can. We're going to start rotating when it's on and off the platform, or like what? But it is, again, like another reason that physical media is so important, and I might end up trying to scoop it up on like Blu-ray or something.
She-Ra is on DVD. Oh, give me that Blu-ray, baby. Give me that Blu-ray.
Because that show is so good.
Okay. I wanted to come back to this. This is such a great question. Omar, can you name the first ever primetime HBO original series that started it all? There was a time whenever there was a, HBO shows was where you wanted to be when you were a movie director. And there were ads that were like, it's not TV, it's HBO. Man, this is a tough question. I want to say It either has to be the not Larry David show, Gary Shandling show, not necessarily the news or Dream On. It has to be one of them. But I don't know, man. Give me the answer. Somebody Google it. How many failed projects have we had before this? Well, like I said, the 2002 show got canceled. Sucks. I think She-Ra actually ended, right?
She-Ra actually ended. The last season felt a little rushed, but I think it did get the full amount of episodes it was supposed to.
Okay.
Revolution and Revelation had a plot stinger, but I don't think it got picked up for another season. And then there's that weird kids one that was happening the same time as Revolution and Revelation that I also think didn't get renewed. The like weird 3D like CGI one.
Yeah, that was such a weird one. Are you talking about they couldn't use She-Ra, so they had to use the evil She-Ra story within Revelations, and they never went anywhere with it?
Yeah, they show her at the end. Oh God, what's her name?
Yeah, she does have a name, and I cannot remember.
She has like the helmet. Yeah, it's cool. I forget her name.
Fraggle Rock, are you serious? It premiered on HBO? Aired in prime time on. I bow to you, good sir. Wow, I had no idea. Just give me a Duo Geo. Yes. The new Netflix has that weird split in the middle, too. She-Ra seasons kept coming out quick, if I recall. Those animators must have been working overtime. And I really liked it. It was cute. Look, somebody got it. Fraggle Rock. My dude got it. Just give me a Dungeon Crawler Carl show already. There's a comic coming out. Yeah, it's a webtoon comic. And an original graphic novel, The Crocodile. I heard it got picked up for a show, but then a lot of books and comic books get picked up for shows and nothing happens. You know, people get paid though, so that's the important part.
The rumors are also resurfacing that Lore Olympus got picked up again for a show, so we'll see if this one actually follows through, because I feel like when the webcomic first came out, there was buzz of it getting a Netflix show, so it'll be interesting to see if it actually does now that it's finished.
That book popped off everywhere. I remember when I was going over to the solicitations, the first time I saw one of those Lore Olympus books, I was like, what the hell is this? Like, this came out of nowhere. And when I went to Barnes and Noble a couple years back, they had like so many on a wall. And I had never heard of this graphic novel. Apparently it was huge as a webcomic.
Oh. Yeah, it started so strong, and then in my opinion, it kind of fizzles in the last arc. So it'll also be interesting to see if they adapt it, if she'll kind of tweak her own last arc. Because it hit the point where I'm like, you could have probably ended it already, and now we're kind of limping. So it'll be interesting.
Amazon is making Lore Olympus into an animated series. As long as the shows are done properly with respect to the source material, I will give it a watch. I feel, sometimes I would like to think a lot of the people that wrote these stories, whether it's a graphic novel or a book, that they love their work so much that they kind of want to oversee it. So part of the deal is like not just signing away the rights to something for a big check, as I'm sure they all need, right? But also like being part of the creative process. I know it's weird, but Neil Gaiman was a big part of Sandman. And I know right now it's kind of weird to talk about Neil Gaiman because people have their own opinions, and of course they're entitled to that. But he was a big part of the success of Sandman, which made it work. Then there are Stan Sakai signing away the Usagi Yojimbo cartoon without having any kind of not creative control, but overseeing the project, just completely killed it. Oh my God. I couldn't even finish that first episode. It hurt because Usagi Yojimbo is one of my favorite comic books. And to see what they did to one of my favorite comics to get treated like that, I don't even know who the target audience was. But I mean, it happens all the time, right? Where they take something that we love and they make it into a TV show. I think anime and video games are the hardest things to adapt. But a few times they're super successful. Like I really like Last of Us. I think Last of Us they did an amazing job, not only adapting the video game, but also expanding on it. And again, anime, whew, man, it's very rare, but I'm a big fan of Kenshin and One Piece and the Battle Angel Alita. Yeah, one of my favorite books series is Old Man's War. He's in show movie limbo for ages. There's another one that I've been waiting years for. I mean, we waited years for, what's it called? The Dark Tower, and we finally got a movie, and woo! Amazon's given us a lot of animation. Oscar nods tomorrow. Will Demon Slayer get an animated movie nod? Demon Slayer Castle also getting re-released back on IMAX. That's how The Expanse, right? Was there a show that you liked, or did not like, based on a property, Ødfel?
I'm trying to remember because I feel like there has been a couple where, like, oh my god, when Netflix butchered Winx Club so bad. It's like
Winx Club was a cartoon. Was it not a cartoon to begin with?
It was a cartoon. Okay. And then Netflix got their hands on it and they went live action Winx, and everyone was super excited
live action Winx.
And then they made it like this weird, dark Riverdale show, and it was awful. And I'm like, why would you buy Winx if this is what you were gonna do? Like, that's one of the most colorful, lighthearted shows. And they were trying to like make it gritty and have like the kids be partying and like who's kissing who, and I'm like, what is going on? I'm like, what is this? And that's probably one of the like worst like adaptations of anything I've seen in a while. I'm hoping that someone happens to Tomb Raider. I'm like holding my breath on that one. But
speaking of Game of Thrones, Sansa Stark
is I love that casting. I think it's perfect.
Oh yeah, dude, have you seen? Okay, how do I word this without sounding like?
Have you seen her abs? I'll say it. You've seen her abs,
yeah. Dude. Death by Snoo. That chick is tall.
No, I'm like, she could bench press me now, dude. Because like I think she's a phenomenal actress. I liked her as Sansa. I liked what she did with Jean Grey. Okay. Yeah, like her scripts were bad, but like I felt so bad for her when Dark Phoenix came out because she talked so much about getting in the headspace for that role, and I feel like it just got destroyed in development. So like I'm excited to see her on a project where I think she could really shine, and I hope it's good.
I love that you know all the lore to the Dark Phoenix movie because it's such a bad movie, and you're like, but it was supposed to be 2 movies, and the Skrulls were supposed to be in it. You remember that scene? Because we've had this conversation before, and I'm
dude,
like,
there has to be a Shi'ar cut somewhere.
So much about the Dark Phoenix. Of course, it's the movie you know the most about.
I do, because like it came out in an era where I was like at the height of like cosplaying all the Jean Greys. I was like reading every comic I could about Jean Grey. Like when they announced that they were doing Dark Phoenix, I'm like, this is it. I'm so excited. Like that's like the first premiere I ever went to. Like I'm like nerdily tied to this crappy movie. Like
I was, and honestly, sometimes those movies, as crappy as they are, either become cult classics or they're just very special to you. Like,
yeah, like it's the reason I got to meet like Chris Claremont for the first time. Like that's cool.
I'm like, you went to go see a movie with Chris Claremont. You have no idea the level of jealousy I have. I was a big fan of collecting these cards called the Garbage Pail Kids when I was a kid. And when that movie came out, it was nothing like the Garbage Pail Kids. And it was so bad. It was so bad. Ødfel, my Phoenix Omnibus Volume 3 came in today.
Hell yeah. That's what we love to see.
Lars, do you remember when we were in Chicago, Lars had us sign his copy of Phoenix Omnibus? And I'm like, are you kidding me?
Well, because he was super cryptic about it. He's like, I want you to sign this. And I was like, to you or just sign it? And he like wouldn't answer me. And then he slid it to you last. And I'm like, man, I would have been so much more sassy if I knew this was for you, Lars.
I should have drawn a dick and balls on it just for Lars. But he would have loved that.
He would have. Oh my God.
Dark Phoenix was famously reshot because it was too similar to Captain Marvel. Yeah.
What about the battle scene would have been so dope, dude.
I never saw the cartoon, dude. Was it good? I love the Garbage Pail Kids. I still have my cards. I think all 15 of the original sets. I'm gonna give them to my kids so they can retire. Volume 3 is the only one that has any value. Quit talking about omnis like they have value, Ryan. They get reprinted. The tree formerly known as Mike. Good to see you here, man. The cartoon was better than the movie, but the movie holds a special place in my heart, though. That's the thing. Sometimes these shitty movies will hold a special place in your heart.
Absolutely.
Like Ødfel, what was it that you liked that I thought, wow, that's a really bad movie, but you like it?
I don't remember. I feel like I kind of have shit taste in movies, so that's not narrowing it down.
What's something from your childhood that people make fun of you for liking? That you know legit it's not good.
I'm trying to think.
And by your childhood, I mean like
I don't know, maybe like Code Lyoko. I get roasted for liking Code Lyoko all the time.
The dudes with the big ass
the 6 heads, yeah.
Batman and Robin. No, Maddie loves Batman and Robin. Like legit loves Batman and Robin. Phoenix, the death and rebirth of Jean Grey. I'm 55% off IST, soon to be in Ollie's. Well, then Ryan can go and stock up on those books.
I'm gonna go get that.
You like the two? You don't have it?
Mm-mm.
Do you have any of the Phoenix Omnis?
No.
Oh, we need to fix that shit. Okay.
Like that's my villain arc is that I've been selling these Phoenix Omnis without owning a single one.
I like the 2000 something Dungeons and Dragons movie. That's the one with one of the Wayans brothers, right? Oh, that was awful. But good for you.
I unironically love the new one. I know the new one also got flack, but the one from like last year or the year before is spectacular.
I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
When Chris Pine comes in singing and then his mouth starts like drooping and his whole face starts melting and you realize, oh, it's not him. Yeah, I like that one. Code Lyoko was good. There you go.
I'm just trying to think because I know there's definitely been things where I'm like, oh, this is from my childhood, and you're like, what the hell?
Yeah, you know, you have things from your child. Like I'm one of my few friends that loves Meatballs Part 2 more than Meatballs, the original Meatballs. The original Meatballs is the answer, right? Like that's the good movie with Bill Murray. Meatballs Part 2 had Pee Wee Herman in it. Like it's not good at all, but I love that movie.
I have never seen the second one, but like I have to watch Meatballs like every year because the guy who directs the summer camp that I work at loves that movie. And it's like, if you're a first year counselor, here's your training tape on what not to do, and makes us sit down and watch Meatballs every year. That's like our we set up camp, we clean everything, and then our bonding experience is like going around saying what we've done the last year and watching Meatballs. Like, so I've had to see it so many times, but I don't the second one.
You need to watch how shitty Meatballs Part 2 is. There are 4 Meatball movies, by the way. The third one, it actually has another special place in my heart. It's what's his name? The dude that plays everybody called him McDreamy in Grey's Anatomy. Like, what is that guy's name? He was in I Love, Freedom Riders. I don't know what they.
I can picture his face, but like I don't know his name because I haven't really watched him in anything.
He's in the third one. The fourth one, which is awful, has Corey Feldman in it. Patrick Dempsey. That's it. Thank you so much, guys. I knew you all would know. Patrick Dempsey. He's in the third one. And the fourth one had Corey Feldman. The answer is the first one, right? They made 7. Let's see. I love Police Academy 5, dude. I love Police Academy 5. 6 was Mission to Moscow. No, Mission to Moscow was 7. Yeah, you're right. They did make 7. The 6th one was what was the City Under Siege? Something like that. Why do I remember this? 4th is Citizens on Patrols. 5 is Assignment Miami Beach. 6 is City Under Siege or something like that. Oh, man. Tremors is what we need to watch. I love Tremors. 1 and 2. Under Siege was 6. Yeah. Okay, I still got it. You ever watch any of the Police Academy movies, Ødfel?
I have not seen a single one.
Yeah. Leslie Easterbrook was the reason I would watch those, man. I love that woman. Now she's like, I think the last few things I saw her in were horror movies by Rob Zombie. Police Academy 2 on HBO about 1 million times. Yeah, I was trying to think of like other crap. Because I mean, there are a lot of movies I liked when I was younger that I'm like, oh, that was a really bad movie. That wasn't even movie.
I like watching niche deep dives when I'm like working on stuff. And the other day I watched one. Do you know that there's like 9 Air Bud movies?
No.
Because that's one of the ones where I was like, what? Because I saw someone like do an art, like do a whole like YouTube deep dive on like how Air Bud completely lost the plot. And it's literally like Air Bud does this sport, then Air Bud does that sport, then Air Bud does this sport. And then they did like
Is it
6
still the same
spin-offs of
dog?
like Air Bud's puppies. Yeah, and it's just a dog playing sports. And they just keep getting more and more ridiculous as they go. Like I think they go to space in one of them, and there's like 9 of them. And I'm like, who's making these movies?
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm like Air Bud in space is definitely one of them. And I'm like, what is going on?
They did not go to space. Are you serious? Okay, I will. Let's see. I've seen part of just the first one
The
because
first one's actually good. It has a plot.
I don't remember anything about it. I remember baby, like not me, but there was a girl I was seeing that was babysitting a kid, and she was watching Air Bud with the kid, and I'm like, I guess I'll come over and hang out. And we started watching Air Bud, and that's all I remember. And then we didn't finish it. The kid went to bed, and whatever. But anyway, the kid went to bed. And I didn't know. We did not finish watching Air Bud. I'm sure it's great. I can't believe
Very,
it in space though.
yeah, it's very like paint by number wholesome dog movie, you know? And then the rest of them are like, what if this dog did this? And they just get more and more ridiculous.
People like dogs in sports and apparently space. Air
Mhm.
Bud teaser. Wait, is Air Bud back? The dogs only have a lifespan of what? 14 to 20 years, or like there's no way it's the same Air Bud. Land Before Time for me. I hate there's like 20 of them. I dropped that at 4 or 5. I've only seen the first one.
I think I've only seen the first 2 or 3. I remember watching them as a kid, but I remember when I did hear that there was like 20, I was like, oh my God, I think I've only seen a handful at most.
They must have come out every year and then straight to video. I remember when the sequels were announced, then by that point, I was like, nah, I think I'm out.
I just remember at least one of them focused on Sarah, because I know I liked that one a lot because she was really cool. But other than that, I don't remember the plot of like any of them past the first one.
Yeah, the first one was sad. I've only seen the first American Tale and 50 Goes West.
I love
What's the
Family Business.
third and fourth one about? Does he go to space? I feel like space is where
I feel like everyone's got to go to space, right? Like Fast and Furious went to space. We can do it.
that might make it better. Yo, for real though, Jason X is one of my favorites. Like Jason X is one of the best Friday the 13th. It's so ridiculously over the top. It's got some of my favorite kills. Yeah. Oh, 3 and 4 were prequels in New York.
Huh.
What the hell's he doing? Okay, never mind. Beethoven. Only seen the first Beethoven.
God, Beethoven had so many straight to DVDs in my childhood. I remember seeing like, didn't they have one where it's like Beethoven puppies and there's like 4 of them or something?
I choose to believe you. I don't know because I didn't make it that far. I saw one Beethoven. When all else fails, baby, go to space. That's right. There's 4 or 5 Swan Princesses. Yo, what the hell? Okay.
No,
Real
what?
quick.
I've only seen one. That can't be real.
How many Prince of Egypts are there? There's only one, right? Like they couldn't have made a sequel.
I think there's only one. And then there's Sinbad by the same studio.
Sinbad was Sinbad the comedian, or Sinbad based on the Sinbad the pirate?
The pirate.
What the fuck? Shut up. There's no way the Swan Princess has 12 movies, dude. Who's watching these? Dude, what? I would have loved. I hope one day Robert Rodriguez crowdfunds Machete Goes to Space before we lose Danny Trejo. Danny Trejo, I think was my dad's age. My dad was 79 when he passed away. That means Danny Trejo is like 80. We need Machete Goes to Space, dude. Oh, I was so hoping they'd make that. Leprechaun. Yeah, Leprechaun went to space. That's right.
This is what you do with a good spin-off. This is what we're learning. The algorithm is send them to space.
Jason, do you want to have premarital sex and smoke weed? Is one of the best lines of that entire movie franchise. Oh my God. I know you don't like horror movies, Ødfel, but we have to watch Jason X one day and review it. You're going to hate it. And I'm going to love rewatching it. Prince of Egypt 2, the redder seat. Shut up. That's not real. What? There's a wow, that's crazy, dude. 12 Swan Princesses.
What are they about?
Are there musicals? I can't remember if there were musicals in the original Swan Princess.
I thought Swan Princess was just based on Swan Lake, is it not?
Nothing is as bad as all the direct-to-video Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen films my sister watched. I'm glad I did not live through any of I'm glad that I didn't have to I didn't have kids back then. Not a fan.
It was the time to be alive was the period right after that where I felt like every other year they were coming out with a Cinderella story movie.
Mm-hmm.
It was like whoever the new hot Disney girl was, because there was the original Hilary Duff one, and then 2 years later there was another one that had I don't even remember, and then 2 years after that it was a Selena Gomez one, and I'm like, why is there a new Cinderella story every other year?
Wasn't Brandy one of them?
Well, that was just Cinderella. That was one of my favorite movies of all time growing up. That was Rodgers and Hammerstein Cinderella. Cinderella's story is the one where it's always a modern high school girl, and the first one is Hilary Duff, right?
Yeah.
And she works at the diner, and her stepmom is oh my god, what's her name? Jennifer Coolidge.
Oh, I love Jennifer Coolidge.
Yeah, Jennifer Coolidge is honestly peak primo villain in that. If you haven't seen it, it's one of her best campiest roles.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna see it unless you make me watch something.
It's very 2000s girly pop, but in a way that's very fun. She literally works at a roller skate diner. It's
okay. I believe you.
It's very 2000s.
Jay and Silent Bob Go to Space when Kevin Smith is allowed a big budget movie. Full House was the most I got of the Olsen twins. That's it for me too, man. It Takes Two was a classic. I'm so glad that people grew up with the Olsen twins. That's awesome. I think they disappeared now. But you know what? We got Elizabeth Olsen out of that. Oh my gosh, that girl can act.
Yeah.
I really like her. You haven't lived until you have watched Mormon movies to teach teens about dating and sex. I will pass. Moesha. Oh my God. Moesha with Brandy is 30 years old. That means Brandy has to be 4. Oh my God, my age. How did that happen? Didn't she get arrested for a hit and run or something? Something happened to Brandy a few years back that she got in trouble for. I don't want to say anything, but I think it was maybe it was a car accident where somebody got hurt. Oh, Brandy's still fine. Okay, go. So she's not in jail. Good. That's good. Or prison, rather. That's good.
Last I saw, I think she and the guy from that Cinderella reprised their roles on God, what is that show called? The one where all the Disney stars are the kids of Disney cartoon characters. What are those called?
Oh, the Descendants? Descendants?
Yeah, apparently she reprised Cinderella in that universe, which is cute.
That's okay. Deadpool and Wolverine is more important. What's a Moesha? Probably something that you're not the target audience for Moesha, Ryan. You were probably watching, what the hell was that movie with Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen? It Takes Two. You were probably watching It Takes Two, Ryan, and laughing your ass off. Brandy's still fine. Now I'm curious with Brandy. 40 this week. Iron Eagle. Oh my gosh. Okay, Iron Eagle. That's a classic, man. With Louis Gossett Jr. I love that movie. Troll with Harry Potter. The Trolls 2 is where the movie's at, though. Trolls. Have you ever seen that, Ødfel?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know the Legend of Trolls 2? Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. So there's two things. One day, we're going to watch Trolls 2 for this channel. It is awful. It's made by an Italian production company.
Okay.
Filmed in America. None of the people spoke English. The director didn't speak English. Everybody that was making the movie wasn't the cast spoke English because they were an American cast.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. There's a documentary called Best Worst Movie. And we have to watch those back to back because it is amazing, dude.
Absolutely.
It's so bad. It's so bad. I love Trolls 2. Troll 1, what he's talking about, had a character named Harry Potter in it. And it's actually a pretty decent movie. The Heathcliff movie, American Rabbit, and The Adventures of Mark Twain. Okay, I believe those are 40 years old.
Okay, The Adventures of Mark Twain looks like crackerjack insane.
Oh, yeah, it's crazy and it's creepy if you're not familiar with it.
Because I saw a clip of it the other day, and it was like an audio I've heard floating around, but I didn't realize that's what it was from. And it was the first time I've seen the claymation from that, and I'm like, what is this?
It is like a surreal, trippy-ass dream. Yeah, absolutely. The trailer for Masters of the Universe comes out tomorrow. Oh, yeah, man, we talked about that. So excited.
Oh, that's something else that had a teaser for a trailer. Did you see the Darth Maul show had the teaser for a trailer drop tomorrow as well?
No.
It's just like, it's paint dripping and it becomes like his face, but apparently we're getting a trailer for that tomorrow as well.
All I saw is that Ray Park has been losing his shit on social media. Is
he not part of it?
Maybe that's why he's losing his shit. I don't know. I had a friend of mine text me going, "Hey, dude, you got to watch this meltdown." And I'm like, I don't want to watch somebody melting down, dude. I'm good. So apparently, either, I don't know, he's having problems. And it sucks, right? Because, like, it's never funny to me, at least, when somebody's having problems and then they express themselves on the internet. It's never going to go the way they think.
No.
Maybe you drink a little too much or smoke a little too much and you feel like the world wants to listen to your every thought, and then you delete those videos, and then that's the internet for you. They're never gone. They're always there. So people have been sharing them. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with him. I hope he's okay.
Yeah, because like he helps out with a lot of the shows with like lore stuff too. So I'd be surprised if they didn't have him on this project. But if he's crashing out, like, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I just hope he's okay.
Me too.
I think Darth Maul is animated.
It is, I believe.
Have you all seen Wizards animated? That's a classic. Yeah, that's a classic. That's from the 80s. I like that movie. Transformer the movie. Okay, that's something we'll definitely do come. I think August is the anniversary, or July or August is the anniversary of Transformers the movie.
I adore that movie and would be happy to yap about it.
Dude, my whole family loves that movie. It's like a family event here. If they do a screening of it, I'd love to take my kids to go see it.
Have you seen it on the big screen?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It looks so good blown up. Like, I did not expect the animation cells to look that crisp and clean that big, and I was like, damn.
Yeah, they cleaned it up for the 4K release. It looks amazing. And yeah, if they do something like that, I'd like to do that again, because we did it for the 35th anniversary, I think.
Yeah, that's when I caught it in theaters, I think.
Howard the Duck is 40. Whew, yeah. Peach Master, that was live action and animated. That had the kid from Macaulay Culkin.
Mm-hmm. I love that movie.
No, he does not like Transformers. I saw Transformers the summer of '86. Same, in Espanol. You know, that is David Gabriel. Like, he actually loves the Howard the Duck movie, because when we reviewed it on Old Reader New or on Reelz Talk years ago, he showed up and he was like, I love this movie. GoBots, Robotech the movie, My Little Pony, Care Bears will also Flight in the Navigator. My favorite book series, Animorphs, is turning 30 and my head spun.
That's crazy.
Yeah, everything is making me feel so old right now. Do you read new issues of Transformers? No, and I think actually Melanie gave up on it, so I'll be reading it through collected editions. Can't believe they killed off Optimus. Nice try, Ryan. He's already dead, or has been. I love Howard the Duck movie 40 years ago. Yeah, it was weird to see him have sex with what's her name? There was a sex scene, or not gratuitous, but
that's baffling.
It's so weird. Airheads is a classic, man, with Brandon Fraser and who else was it? Adam Sandler, right? Steve Buscemi.
I would love a modern Animorphs adaptation so desperately, because I think it's something that they could finally do with modern graphics. Because like they tried to do a TV show in like I think the 90s, early 2000s, and they couldn't really, but I feel like they could now. But I'm so afraid that the show would get called too political and like they wouldn't do it. But I would love now the CGI is better to see someone tackle it.
Okay, so I don't know anything about Animorphs besides those really creepy CG covers.
Yeah.
Did it come from the world of Beast Wars or Transformers?
No,
Or am I
it's
making that
so
up?
it's kids who rescue this alien. And it's been so long that I don't remember what the aliens are called. But they like
Okay.
rescue this alien and it gives them the power to like also transform, but there's like these rules. So like they can only transform for like I think it's like an hour. And it has to be an animal they've seen before and like all these things or else. And then like within the first issue or two, like one of their friends literally gets trapped in a hawk body and gets stuck in like a cage and can't turn back and is like a hawk for the foreseeable future. And like it's kind of messed up as like a kids medium. And it kind of becomes this like sci-fi political thriller with like these bad aliens trying to take over planets and like they're doing like school by day and like espionage at night and like it's really good actually.
Okay, legit. All these years, I thought it was like a bad spin off of Beast Machines that somebody made, or Beast Wars that somebody turned into a book series. Maybe it was
Mhm.
the word morphing. I don't know what it
It might
was.
be, yeah, because like I could see how you got there, absolutely, but it's absolutely just like an alien thriller. It's like it's super
So
just about aliens.
okay, and what wonderful. That's wonderful. Okay,
Yeah, and
okay.
it's cool because like the kids end up getting to turn into like some of these alien creatures eventually, right? Because now they've incurred them, and it's fun. It's a good series. I'd love to see someone do something with it.
Yeah, I didn't know it was a TV show. Like legit, I thought it was a
Not a
book
good
series.
one. Yeah, I want to say because it was already done and canceled by the time I was a kid reading Animorphs. I didn't find it till like YouTube way later, so I think it's like early 90s maybe it was a TV show, so it's like not good graphics. It's one of those like overlaid photo transformations where you're like
Here's a question for you, Oddfell. What's your favorite X-Men movie for a Gene fix? Is it Days of Future Past? Sorry, for that nice ending. Yeah, what is your favorite X-Men movie? Maybe we should rank them.
I hate Wolverine and Jean, so it's definitely not Days of Future Past. I probably would say for me, I actually really like Apocalypse. I thought they did Jean really well in Apocalypse. And I really like X-Men 1 for a Jean story. I think both times we've seen Dark Phoenix, it hasn't been handled that great. I actually think Dark Phoenix Saga did a better job than Last Stand.
The Dark Phoenix Saga with.
Movie.
Oh, okay.
Like well, I guess it's just Dark Phoenix. I thought, yeah, just Dark Phoenix. I think Dark Phoenix did a better job than Last Stand did. Last Stand was awful.
Yes, that is legit the
But
worst.
I controversially, I like Wolverine with Storm better. So I'm not the person to ask on that.
By the way, I am very jealous of my friends that live in San Francisco. Not only did Junji Ito make an appearance there, unexpected, but the art of manga is being shown in San Francisco, and Rumiko Takahashi went there just out of the blue. Like, so
That's so cool.
like,
What?
what the hell? I flew to San Diego Comic-Con in '97 because she was going to be there for a chance to meet Rumiko Takahashi, and I did not get to meet her. Damn it! What X-Men story do you want to see in a movie? The Dark Phoenix. What would you like to see in a movie?
I mean, at this point, probably Inferno, because I'm afraid if I say Dark Phoenix, it's going to be the third worst adaptation of Dark Phoenix.
I want the Department of Truth show finally. I know it's optioned a few years ago. Oh, dude, Tynion. So I have a friend of mine that helped broker that deal, and I'll just say that Tynion does not ever need to write another comic, and they haven't even made the show. He's fine. He don't need money, dude. But I'm glad that he's investing that money into his own company. So the Tiny Onion, like, it's really cool, and he can hire people and stuff. That's wonderful. I like that. That's very wise, but he doesn't have to write another comic ever again. It's crazy. And the damn show hasn't even happened yet. It reminds me of that kind of deal. It's not as big, of course. That deal that what's his name got, Ryan The guy that we reviewed Knives Out 3. Ryan
Oh,
Murphy. It
yeah,
reminds me of the Ryan
Jonathan.
Murphy deal that he got. Like, there wasn't even anything made, and holy shit. Yeah. Holy hell, there's 54 Animorph books after book 25 Ghost Written. Of course.
Yeah, I don't think I read past like 20 or 22 because I always got them at the library. So if the library didn't have it, I was like, oh, it must be done.
Ødfel, what is your favorite X-Men comic book event after the Dark Phoenix?
Oh, my favorite of all time is Inferno.
Oh, okay.
I think Inferno is just tons of fun. I really like Sinister. I really like Maddie. Then probably Dark Phoenix Saga. I honestly like.
We've never done Inferno on Old Reader, New Reader, and I do have a birthday month next month in March. Maybe we should do Inferno. Maddie's never read it. Ironically, her name is Maddie, and it features.
I was like, I just sit here in full Maddie, like, hello. I'm not biased at all.
Right. I know what you're gonna give it, but yeah, we never had a chance to talk about it.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's any other like really standouts for me. I actually really liked I liked the Bendis era a lot.
So
I don't really think that's an event, but I don't know. They brought in Magic. It's the first time Magic got to be a main roster X-Man, so I liked it.
No. There were a lot of things that he did right for the X-Men.
There was also a lot of things he like completely fumbled on that plot. Like I think it set up lots of good ideas, and then he didn't know how to end it, and like the ending of that arc is so annoying. But
you liked Hoxpox too, right? I think all of us liked Hoxpox.
Hoxpox was good, and then Krakoa kind of fell apart.
I like some of Krakoa, not all of it.
Same. I liked Marauders, I liked Excalibur, and I liked X Factor.
I loved Hellions. I thought Hellions and
Hellions
Cable,
was really fun. Yeah.
X-Men Red was excellent. And then Immortal X-Men was great by Gillen. I thought those were great.
I didn't read anything after Trials of Magneto because Trials of Magneto pissed me off so bad. So I don't think I ever got to Immortal X-Men or X-Men Red.
Oh, dude, those are so good. One of these days you're gonna have to do it. I don't get Inferno. It's so campy. It's so different.
I love camp.
It's so different. Like, you know, we went from Mutant Massacre to Fall of the Mutants to Inferno, and they're all so different. I think that's why I like them.
Yeah, I also just like Demon Marvel. I think it's fun. Like, I like Magic. I like Maddie. I like Doctor Strange. So I'm also kind of biased.
Is there an anime you would like to get adapted into a live action show, movie?
Honestly, I kind of don't like live action adaptations. I tend to like animations to stay animations because I think a lot of times they're best done there. So not really. Like I'm someone where like a lot of times if something gets a reboot, I'd rather it be animated. What about you?
You know, in the past I would have said hell no. Anime needs to be left alone. Please don't adapt anything else. But I would honestly love to see a continuation of Battle Angel Alita. And I'm trying to think of what, like, I mean, and then I think some things should be left alone. Like, I think Evangelion should be left alone. I think Cowboy Bebop should have been left alone because those work in that medium so well that adapting them is just so impossible. And they tried. And I mean, even Peter Jackson's company was going to adapt Evangelion at one time. Like they did test shots and things like that. The Weta company did for the Eva units. Oh my God, that was years. That was 2003 when rumors were going about. And then they were like, no, we're really going to adapt it. You know, legit the one that I want to see adapted because now we have the technology is Robotech. Not Macross.
That would be cool.
And I love Macross, but Robotech. I think Robotech would have been great. I think that would be awesome.
Like
Go ahead.
Oh, no, you're good. I was gonna say, like, one of my answers would have been A Town Without Me, but they did a live action already, and it was good, but that's because it's literally just normal people. Like, I feel like most of the animes I like are so, like, fantastical that, like, I wouldn't want to see it as a live action.
Did you see Edge of Tomorrow? Yeah, we talked about that. Yeah. And the animated movie comes out this month, right? So I can't wait to see that. Ghost in the Shell should have been left. I don't know. I think Ghost in the Shell could have worked, but I don't know. I've never seen the live action one. Akira has been rumored for years, right? Wasn't Taika attached to it for a while? Taika Waititi.
So the live action Ghost in the Shell was visually so on point. Like they recreated so many iconic scenes from that movie. They just whoever was the writer just didn't get the point of the villain. And I feel like if they had a different writer, it probably would have succeeded because visually, like they nailed it.
So you liked it. You liked visually how it looked.
Visually, it was great. I would say plot wise, like maybe like a 6 out of 10.
Are they making a Berserk movie? God, I hope not. That's one franchise that should be left alone. It's good just in anime. Although One Piece I really love. One Piece worked though. It did. I love One Piece. Just a shame the live action won't even finish. Well, we don't know. We don't know what the future holds, right? Oda needs to finish first before Brando Sando finishes that story for him. Ødfel.
Brando Sando, finisher of series.
Finisher of One Piece. Who would you cast as Jean if you could? And which ex-lady could Sabrina Carpenter be? I love that you went with Sabrina Carpenter. Like, who could she be? Dazzler.
I feel like Sabrina Carpenter would be a fantastic Boom Boom, personally.
Okay.
I don't know who I would cast as Jean, because my thing is, like, I don't really want any A-listers to be X-Men, because I want them to be able to stick with the franchise for a while. Selfishly, I would love if it's, like, a celebrity like Bella Thorne, because that is stonks for me, the cosplayer. But actual performance-wise, like, I don't
know. Then it should definitely be you. It should definitely be Ødfel, right?
Oh yeah, let me get my acting chops up and I'll apply.
They can cast you and then you could just kill it. You could just kill it and sign like a multi-million-dollar movie deal.
That would be incredible. But yeah, I feel like honestly, if I saw X-Men, I would like if they were like early 20-something actors, so we have them for a while.
Yeah, when everybody's like, "Oh, Harry Potter should be playing Wolverine," I'm like, "No, like, give me a no name."
Yeah.
Seriously, give me a no name, man. That's what I want. I don't think Disney will work with Bella Thorne anymore. What does she do? What did Bella Thorne do?
I feel like they could work with her again. She did OF for a little bit, so I know she has like a reputation on the internet, but also I feel like
what's her reputation? What movie has she been in? Oh wait, she was in The Babysitter. I liked her in that. I don't know what else she's been in. What is Bella Thorne known for?
She was in Shake It Up for a while. Then she did really crappy music.
Okay.
I mean, not crappy, very like poorly edited music for a little bit. Then she started directing stuff, and I think she directed stuff for a little bit, and now she just kind of does social media here and there.
Got you. Wolverine shouldn't be in the MCU movies at first. He should be a Disney Plus series, and each season arc is a different decade. Then he joins the X-Men. He feels ageless. I kind of like that. I like Turner. Yes, she's Lara Croft now.
I'm so silly.
Yeah. I tell you what, she looks the closest to Lara Croft as far as the costume and everything than any of the other actresses. I think she looks good. Favorite movie in 1985, Back to the Future or Rocky IV? Love them both, but Back to the Future. Oh, Rocky IV had an amazing soundtrack. I love that movie, but Back to the Future is my answer. Have you seen either? I assume one. Have you? Woo, son, we got so much to watch on this show, girl.
I feel like I have probably seen Back to the Future, but it was so long ago that I don't really remember it.
Okay. If you were to go Back to the Future now, it would be 1996. That's crazy. That's the year I graduated high school. Like, if I were to go back like 30 years in time, it would be 1996. That's what the fuck? Like, that doesn't even make sense, man. Like, I love Back to the Future. We definitely need to watch Back to the Future for one of these. Like, if ever there's a week, like, James, what's coming out next week that we're going to review? James is my wonderful producer, by the way. Wolverine should be Danny DeVito. Danny DeVito doesn't. I think Danny DeVito is only gonna do Always Sunny until he can't, and that's about it. Back to the Future is the greatest of all. Oh, it's so good. I put that movie on all the time. I love that you have to watch Meatballs, a classic movie, before Back to the Future, though. Wolverine is short, so he should be cast by Peter Dinklage. No Back to the Future viewer, huh?
I don't watch a lot of movies.
That's gonna change. I just built the new little Lego DeLorean. Oh, Wonder Man drops next week. Are they dropping all the episodes though? What are they doing, James? When does it come out? Ironic He-Man big screen movie Secret of the Sword was out in 1980. I thought it was 87, wasn't it? Oh, no. Secret of the Sword. You're right. The cartoon. Yeah. Alan Silvestri did the score for Back to the Future. He also did the score for Captain America and the score for the Avengers. That classic Avengers score came from Alan Silvestri. Danny was in Beetlejuice too. He was, yeah. Okay, so Wonder Man it is. Please tell me they're not dropping all the episodes, though, because that's a lot to watch in one day.
It's a lot. I mean, if they do drop all the episodes, if you want, we could do like the first half. By Wednesday, and then the second half the following Wednesday, if they drop it all.
He's saying, yes, Wonder Man Season 1 will drop all on Tuesday. Okay,
that's
maybe we'll
one night to watch it. So, yeah, maybe we watch the first half.
Yeah, and then rate it all the following week. There we go. Okay. Everybody, thank you all so much for watching. It's always a blast to come here every Wednesday. Don't forget to hit that like button. Let us know what you thought about what did we review today. Let us know what you thought about A Night of the Seven Kingdoms episode 1 and whether you're going to stick with the series or not. And if you're excited about that He-Man show. And Ødfel, where can people find you? 8 episodes. God bless. We're only doing 4. Oh,
cool. Perfect.
That deserves to be a guest star, much less a full star. But in his own hands, Simon has always been the star, right? Where can people find you when you're not hanging out with me, Ødfel?
Absolutely. I am on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, all at Ødfel. And then I'm over here on YouTube at Ødfel. Everything else is cosplay. On YouTube, it's toy and statue unboxings and occasional convention vlogs. So make sure to check those out.
Thank you so much. And no announcements tonight. I think the next one will be on. I think it's one every Sunday until I get more information from Marvel. Although I was asked to do something special for DC, but I have to wait once again for the catalog to drop and then make a couple of announcements for Dark Horse. So announcements will come back. Wonder Man did have his own comic. He did, and it was really good. Probably will never be reprinted, unfortunately. Amazing stream tonight. Take care, everyone, and enjoy the rest of your week. Be kind to one another, and see you all next time. Watch movies and talk about them with your friends. Love it. Thank you all. We are out of here. Have a wonderful evening.